Awesome. So what is this? This is the one-page MomentMX cheat sheet to help you maximize your motivation, right? This is the one-page cheat sheet that's going to show you exactly how entrepreneurs, professionals, and aspiring high achievers, right, just like you, quickly find their true north and inspiration so that they can find this powerful intrinsic motivation while powering up their drive without feelings of negative voices, without feeling apathy, and without feeling deflated, right? Very awesome. So just before we go further, I just want you to know you're in the right place, because this is the exact same system we've been using to help countless entrepreneurs, professionals, and aspiring high achievers find their true north, get really in tune with their mighty goals so they can achieve great things in their lives, right? So stick with me. This is going to be pretty awesome. Now, here's the thing. I get asked a lot of questions from a lot of people who want to get motivated, who want to move and achieve great things in their life, who want to achieve mighty goals, right? And they just really want to be more motivated. And these questions come around quite frequently, right? Why can't I stick with my goals? Why can't I stick with my goals? Why do I feel worn out all the time, right? How do I get more motivated? And many, many questions like this all the time, right? Now, here's the thing. There are three big common struggles when it comes to motivation, right? These things hold people back, and they're very powerful afflictions. And it's a rhythm that flows throughout our society, and a lot of people suffer from these, right? Yeah, they are. First thing is fear of failure, fear of that you're going to do something and it's not going to work out. Fear that fear of failure, fear of what other people might think, fear of what others might say about you, fear of doing something, fear of the unknown, fear of just trying stuff, right? Fear is very, very debilitating. When it comes to motivation, it can be a very big stumbling block. The next is apathy. Apathy is crazy, right? Imagine that you want to do something, right? You want to go to gym, but you just feel like you can't be asked, or you just don't want to do it, right? That feeling of apathy, it's so debilitating. It's crazy. And it's that thing, that moment when you should be doing that thing that's important, but you decide not to do it, right? Instead of being more intrinsically motivated to get into that thing, you just say, oh, I'll get it next time. I'll worry about it another time. And then that time just fades away and you never get back to it, right? Next thing is deflation. Deflation is huge. That feeling of, feeling worn down. This world is just pounding at you and you just feel like you're getting worn out, worn down, and you just can't be bothered just getting up and keep fighting, right? This is a very, very powerful, debilitating affliction that really hammers a lot of people, right? When you want to do something, you feel like you want to move forward, but you've just been hitting your head against the wall so many times that it's just worn you out, right? That feeling of deflation is a killer. And here's the thing, you're not alone. I hear this from so many people. It resounds across the community, right? And over the years, I've heard these pains many, many, many times. But here's the thing, these are only symptoms. But here's the real issue. The real issue is that there's so many people out there talking the talk, so much information out there, so much crazy stuff going on, right? You don't know what to believe some of the time, some good information, some bad information, but it's just coming at you. But no one has actually created a point A to point B system that really works for people who want to achieve mighty goals, who want to accomplish good things in their lives. There's nothing that's systematically created that works around the neuroscience of motivation, around the neuroscience of hyperfocus, getting engaged and achieving things, right? There's no accountability out there. No one is holding anyone accountable, so people just keep going around in circles, trying new things and then giving up, trying new things and then giving up. And there's no like-minded communities for people that are as passionate, as engaged, as driven as us to be able to connect with, right? And there's a big problem out there, and it's causing people to go around in cycles and not be feeling fulfilled. Check this out, right? Now, every one of us has this vision that we're going to get from point A to point B, and it's going to be smooth if we find the magic pill, right? If we find the magic pill. But the reality is that never happens. There's no such thing as a magic pill. There's no such thing as it being easy. There's always going to be bumps in the road. But for some reason, most people decide to take this crazy path here, right? And they get caught up in these cycles of fear and apathy and deflation, right? To get in towards motivation, it takes a bit of work, right? In order to get there, right? Smart people know and understand that there is a need to have a process, to have a system. You follow a system, you put a process in place, you make it work for you, right? That's the easiest path. Now, it's not always smooth running, of course, but that's how smart people understand it. They know that there's going to have to put some effort into it, but they need to follow a system. They need to be held accountable for what they're doing. And this is the best path to go on to finding your way to fulfillment, right? To getting hyper-focused, to aiming for those mighty goals and achieving them. Here's the thing, guys, a very important component of this to understand is that we're playing a game of neurochemistry. Neurochemistry is the fundamental component that helps us drive ourselves forward. You can never think yourself rich. Having this idea that you can think yourself rich doesn't work. It hasn't worked for decades. It's never worked ever. What works is that you have to have that thought process backed up by your biology, your neurochemistry working with you to give you the mood, the good mood, the energy, the motivation, the drive, the grit, the resilience that you need to be able to get hyper-focused and accomplish your mighty goals, right? This is where we need to be dialing in, understanding we can tune the knobs so that we can get our neurochemicals working at their peak so that we can feel good and accomplish the things that we want in life, right? That's just what it's all about. Motivation is a crazy thing, right? It's a very broad topic, and there's a lot of factors involved with it. Motivation isn't the only thing, but it's the starting point. It's the fundamental component to being able to move forward and keep on going every day, right? You need that spark. And motivation comes in two layers, intrinsic and extrinsic, right? Extrinsic motivators are things that you're driven by from externally, money, power, something bad happening, you want to run away from it, you're motivated from avoiding something, right? Those are drivers for motivation, but they're not very sustainable. What's really awesome is intrinsic motivators, right? If we can capitalize on intrinsic motivation, we can accomplish anything. But the problem is very few people understand the mechanics of how that works so that they can get stuck into this and actually build intrinsic motivation in their lives so that they can really crush it in this world. Intrinsic motivation is the pot of gold that we need to be working towards to fire off our neurochemicals so that we can be engaged every day and get excited about what we do, right? And here's the thing, right? So we got 3 very powerful steps. These are the exact steps we help people with to start this process of getting motivated. Motivation is a fundamental principle or component for being engaged and be able to achieve your mighty goals, right? Step 1, let me zoom in here a bit, right? Step 1. Step 1 is this, right? And this is very important because so many people don't realize the importance of this. It's goal setting your goals, being clear about where you're going, where you're heading. This is a fundamental part of it. This is why so many people struggle with motivation, is because they don't have a clear outcome on their goals and their goal setting process, right? We have a systematized approach to setting goals, right? It's creating a pathway, right, that is magnetic. You've got to create a pathway that's magnetic. Your goals have to drag you along. They have to drag you along. That's really what motivation is your goals dragging you along. And if you've got magnetic goals that are pulling you towards them, you're going to keep wanting to do them, but they have to be done in a systematic way, and they have to be done in a way that your brain connects with it so that it understands what the hell it needs to do to wake up every morning, go to gym every morning, do exercises, eat well, do all the stuff you need to do and have your brain, your mind firing the right way. It's the way it's supposed to be firing. Starts with this fundamental principle, and so many people get it wrong. Get this right. We have a system and a process for this to create magnetic goals that get you moving forward. Oh, step 2. Step 2 is just as important, right? Step 2 is about creating a power identity. You create your power identity, right? And unlocking an extraordinary mindset, right? So you can ignite your intrinsic drive, your intrinsic motivation. And identity is a key principle that so many people just seem to see missing out on. Right? Building your structure around who you are, what you believe in, what your values are, your principles. Creating a structure around that's solid, that you understand who you are and what you want to do in this world, right? If you don't have an identity, you don't have anything. You're lost. You might have goals, but without the identity, you're missing out on a huge component of motivation, right? The next thing and the last thing, step 3, is critical. Time awareness. Time awareness. This is a big missing component in motivation that a lot of people don't seem to factor into their lives. It's time awareness. They're out drifting around, wondering, mind wandering, ruminating, daydreaming, caught up with distraction, caught up with overwhelm, caught up with these things that aren't adding value to their lives, and it's wasting 40% of their lives. 40% of your life is being wasted. We need to rethink, recalibrate our brains to understanding how time works. And when we become more time aware, everything opens up, because now we're going to be more motivated. We're going to be more thinking about stuff more proactively and being engaged in the moments, right? Time awareness is a critical component to motivation, and we help to get our clients in a place using these three steps so that they spark off that motivation. They start feeling really good about themselves so that they can start moving forward and achieving great things in their lives, right? But this is only one small step of a whole process that we have called the butterfly method, right? Which is the clearest, most predictable and proven system for anyone serious about achieving their mighty goals. If you want to achieve your mighty goals, if you want to really get somewhere and you want your biology and your neurochemistry to be on fire to help you moving forward, then this is it, right? Here's the thing. When you look at the process of control, right, this is what it's all about. So many people seem to miss out on this. Everybody has this idea that willpower is where it's at, right? I'm strong enough in my mind to be able to do the things I need to do, and I'm going to make it happen. So they buy gym memberships and they never use them. They, go and want to do great things, but they never do it. They want to start a new business, but it falls through because it becomes too hard, right? Willpower is the worst thing you can rely on as a human being because it's fallible. But habits, you start taking it up to the next level. You start building good habits. Habits are a critical component to your life, to having a good life. When you've got good habits, you can be much better at this world, right? But the problem is that habits aren't reliable either, because we forget things. We're forgetful as human beings. We get into a hurry and things go amiss. So we don't consistently stick with our habits, right? But here's the thing. As soon as you throw in the identity component of this, you identify with those habits, and your willpower starts building up. That's when the magic starts happening, right? This is the starting point, the tipping point. But identity is critically component to adding the layers to your habits and your willpower. The next level up is processes, right? Processes, identity, habits, willpower. Now you've got a magical component that's really powerful. You understand what needs to happen, and you've got steps in place, right? Processes are steps, right? You have a day full of processes. You eat dinner at a certain time, you wake up at a certain time, you go to sleep at a certain time. Fundamentally, you have processes in your life. The processes kind of drive your identity and your habits and then your willpower, right? These are very important components. They all stack on top of each other to help you create the life that you're living. The next thing, which is what we specialize in, this is where the magic happens. And a lot of people, when they get this, it really opens up their minds to a whole new aspect of living a good life, right? Is engineering. See, if you want things to happen in your life, if you want it to be consistent, if you want it to be ongoing, you engineer it. You don't hope for it. You don't wish for it. You don't think about it. You engineer it so that it has to happen. There has to happen. For instance, one of the engineerings you have in your life, which is always there, is that alarm clock that goes off in the morning, right? That's one component of this. That alarm clock is set, it's engineered, it goes off, it wakes you up, you get up, you go to work, right? That's a process that you're following, and it's engineering at work. Now, you can use engineering on a multitude of levels, and this is what we specialize in, helping people engineer their lives so that they can have the best life they possibly have, so that they can do stuff that they need to get done, right? So they're not relying on willpower. They're not relying on habits, right? Identity is empowered. You have good processes in place, and the engineering just fills it all up. It's really, really powerful and really awesome. If you have a control system in your life like this, you're going to be able to accomplish anything. Here's the system. And the system is very, very powerful. It's a 3-step system. So this motivation is a small component, or one component of this. And it's this first component, which is drive. And drive is really about getting your dopamine system happening, working on your salient system and your executive network system, right? These are very important components to intrinsic motivation. When you can trigger them off, that's when you start feeling good, wanting to do more stuff, and you're going to get out of that feeling of apathy and deflation and fear of failure, right? The next is calm. Calm is about rewiring the network, right? You've got to rewire network so you can be more in control of your emotional intelligence. We're very big about building emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is awareness of your emotions and being in control of that. When you can do that, is very powerful. It's very important to health, well-being, to success, everything. Science has showed time and time again The better you are at executive function and emotional intelligence, the much better and more successful you're going to be in life, right? Grit. The next one is grit. Grit is a component of managing your autonomic nervous system. Your nervous system is your fight and flight responses, your activation and your passive relaxation systems, right? Being able to manage those and tweak them so that they work in your benefit when you need them is very powerful. When you can engage your nervous system and have it activated when you need it to be doing stuff, you're going to feel so much more empowered. You're going to feel so gritty. You're going to feel really like you can challenge this world, right? The next one is fuel. Fuel ATP, which is about energy, right? This is about really hacking into your mitochondria, your energy system, right? There's a part of your biology that drives your energy, right? And if you can ignite your energy and have it fuel you up a full 18-hour days or 16-hour days, whatever you're awake for, that is awesome, right? You want to be engaged on fire and feel energized, right? You can do that through that system. The next level is resilience. Resilience, which is kinetics, our kinetics system. And this is really about really getting in there and increasing your memory function. Memory is a very powerful tool that memory, when you engage memory, you can do so many great things like better problem solving, being more engaged, being more with this world, right? Memory is a powerful function, a commodity that we have that we need to be exercising and massaging all the time. And also, this component really helps you enhance your neurochemicals. Your neurochemicals are so important, right? Your neurochemicals need to be engaged, and you need to learn how to master these neurochemicals so that it can bring you good mood, so it can give you energy, so it can give you excitement, can give you willpower, can give you all these things you need to have a good life, right? Learn how to master those. The next level up is clarity. Clarity is all about getting into your endocrine system and getting those hormones working, right? When your hormones are producing and powering up your life, you're going to feel your body is going to feel amazing. When you can manage your hormones, your body is going to feel amazing. You're going to get there inside your system and you're going to strip off body fat. You're going to clear out your mind. You're going to be so much more engaged. It's going to be very empowering, right? The next level up is control. Control in the eye is very powerful. This is about executive function, creating autonomy and being effectiveness, right? Autonomy is a very important component of being motivated, of being hyper-focused and achieving great goals, right? If you're in control of your life, if you're running an autonomous life, that is a very powerful place to be, right? And your executive function is a key component of that process, right? And so we work to engage that, get that fired up so you can be in control of your days, of your life, of your surroundings, of everything that's happening around you, right? The next thing is the edge. The edge. The edge is one of my favorites, right? Now, the edge is a system around about technology and pharmacology. Technology and pharmacology have advanced at such a rapid rate at this last decade, it's insane. So we tap into that and have formulated a system around giving you the edge. If you somebody that wants to dive into that part of the process and really give yourself an optimal edge in this day and age where you're really competitive and you really need to be in your game, you really need to push yourself to a next level, that's a good system to be tapping into. And then ultimately, mastery. Mastery is about putting this all together, engineering this, and making sure that your life is performing at its best, right? So all of those together fit inside of our Average to Extraordinary Mastermind. Now, if you're interested in joining people, being part of a group or a process whereby you can really be engaged, you can achieve your mighty goals, you can have accountability, you can have a peer group on the same page as you, and you're going to have a system that's going to help you understand your biology and be able to fire off every day and be as feel good and perform at your best every single day. This is where it's at. So there's a link below. If you want to join our mastermind, we're only open for 99 people. So the seats are running out. If you want to join us, come and click this link below. Come and apply. Come and catch up with me, and we'll go through the process and seeing if this is a good fit for you, right? Now, I know what it's like. I've been there. I understand the problems that people face, right? Feeling the fear of failure, feeling deflated, feeling apathy. I've been in that situation. My whole experience growing up, my whole teenage years, in my 30s, I was fat, I was overweight, I couldn't function properly, I was ambitious, I was driven to create outcomes, I wanted to do more in my life, but my biology was just holding me back. I've got crappy genetics, I've got all these things working against me, I did crappy at school, and all these things that had a negative impact on me growing up. But then one day I made a decision. I made a decision to create a system and a formula that would help me break free from feeling like this, feeling crappy, feeling like the world was just so hard. And I did it. We created the formula. We created a process for helping people, and it's been transformational. The transformation was absolutely fantastic. I went from feeling fat, lethargic, overweight, tired, stressed, not being able to deal with the world, to being on fire, engaged, excited, happy. Just all these great things came from this experience. Now, I never intended to be losing weight like this. This was just an added advantage of the experience of doing the process, but it's been an amazing outcome, right? I wasn't focused on that, but that's just what happened. And then what's been really great is that it's been year after year after year after year. This has consistently been a part of my life, and it's been helping me grow. And I've been able to keep in shape, achieve my mighty goals, and be consistent with them. That's the power of the system. Not only that, I went from being lazy and stuck in a job that I hated to exploding with creativity, energy, motivation, all the stuff that is necessary to be hyper-focused. I got focused, and I achieved some great things in my life. We got multiple businesses, multiple developments. We got multiple revenues of income coming in, and it's really cool. We get to coach, teach people. We get to do some amazing things now because we followed a process. That process is ingrained in our life now so deeply that it just becomes a rhythm. But we've engineered it so well that we can just constantly stick with it. That's where you want to be. It's a powerful place to be. Come and join us and be part of this, right? What you get from this whole process is really powerful. It's being able, if you understand that being focused, being engaged, your attention is the most valuable thing on this planet. Learning how to master that, learning how to master your biology is everything. If you know how to do this, you're going to take your game to the next level. No doubt. It's exciting stuff. And so being in the moment is such a powerful component, just not for business, but for family as well. When you understand that you're in control of your mind and it's not getting distracted or fluttering away all the time, you're not ruminating, you're not, wasting moments of your brain on thinking about things that you shouldn't, it's a powerful thing. When you're in control of that mind, it's so awesome. The next thing is you're able to accomplish more, get more done in your life, right? Because you're so engaged, because you're so focused, because you're so in tune with where you're going and what you're doing, the things just happen. Your productivity increases, you feel good, your creativity increases, etc. Right? Your happiness levels go up because you're feeling like you're accomplishing more, you're feeling like you're effective, and that effectiveness is contagious and it passes on to other people, right? Your physical performance goes through the roof. When we show you how to utilize this process, you're going to feel more physically engaged, you're going to be able to be more active, you're going to just feel so good. Right? The next level up is you're going to make smarter decisions. Your executive function is going to be on fire. You're going to be clear about what you're doing. Your decision-making process is going to be on the game because you're going to be more confident about what you're doing. You're going to be able to problem solve much better. Problem solving is one of the biggest missing factors of this day and age. So few people know how to effectively problem solve. We're going to show you how to break open your neurochemistry so that you can become a powerful problem solver. Heightened alertness. This is one of my coolest experiences that I get from this, is being fully alert, being around and just being aware, being engaged. It's just an incredible feeling, having that heightened alertness, and ultimately feeling fulfilled. When you're getting more done, when you're feeling effective, when you're feeling autonomous, when you're feeling like you've got this whole world working with you, it's really an amazing feeling. Something you should really experience, right? Now, you've got nothing to lose, really. You came into this to come and check it out, see what it's all about. I can assure you, come and catch up with me. It's going to be worth your while. I want to help you break free from your barriers. I want to help you achieve your mighty goals and be able to be the best version of you. This is a system that's been working. It's been working for countless entrepreneurs, professionals, and anyone that's trying to achieve high in their lives to get clear about their pathway to their mighty goals and do it without the doubt, without fear of failure, and without overwhelm, and without all those barriers that are holding people back, right? This is a good opportunity for you to experience something great in your life, right? It's a step-by-step opportunity. You have a step-by-step process to follow that you can engineer in your life. It's not onerous, but it's very simple and effective, right? You have accountability. You've got accountability. People are going to be holding you accountable for achieving your goals, right? You're going to have people at or above your level, right? If you're ambitious, if you're a career-oriented person or you're a business person, you don't want to hang around with people other than the people that are on your level or above your level, right? Pulling you up to the next level. That's what it's all about. And ultimately, this is about powering up your life so that you can be the best version of you, right? Getting in control of this mindset shift, using your biology, tweaking the knobs so that you can get the best version of you happening today and every other day after this, right? So if you want to get crystal clear on the exact steps that you should be taking to get hyper-focused and scale your mighty goals and have the life you want, then book a call on the link below, all right? Just 30 minutes, we'll get clear about what's holding you back, all right? And next, we'll map out a crystal clear pathway, a step-by-step strategy you can follow to achieve your mighty goals with confidence in the next 12 to 24 months. Be awesome. Come and catch up with me, right? And lastly, once we've gone through the process, we'll decide if it's a good fit and we'll take it from there. Awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, right? This is a great opportunity. Come and apply. Click on the link below. And let's take your life to the next level and get in charge, get in control of this neurochemistry in your head so that you can feel good, you can perform good, and you can really have a fulfilled life. Awesome. My name is Matthew White, and I'll catch up with you.